Recently, I was going through some old hard drives and I came across the HD export of Beyond the Plains, which is a climbing doco that I made back in 2009 in New Zealand. And so, yeah, I thought I would chop it up and put it up here on YouTube in the four plus one distinct sections that it was shot in. The plus one is the Christchurch section, which is what you're about to watch right now. After that, we went out to Flock Hill for some bouldering, Twin Stream for some climbing in an alpine environment. That's down near Mount Cook. Where else did we go? Hanging Rock, which not to be confused with the Hanging Rock here in Victoria, which is where I am now, but Hanging Rock in the Canterbury area, which is a limestone sport climbing crag. It's pretty fun. And lastly, Mount Somers, which is an amazing trad climbing destination out there. So for some people, this could be a bit of a nostalgia hit. For others, it could just be something you see for the first time. We shot it back in the day on HDV, this little handicam, this exact camera actually, which is a very different style to how we tend to shoot a lot of things these days. And I kind of miss this. So yeah, anyway, I hope you enjoy it. And yeah, first up is the Christchurch section. Here we go.
Being able to go to the Port Hills after work and go climbing every day. You can climb every single day you want to in Christchurch, as long as the easterly isn't rolling in, bringing the soggy mist with it. And the variety of climbing options, from really good bouldering, really accessible sport climbing, loads of really high quality trad climbing, mountains. There's everything. And the second thing is the community of climbers here. There's somebody keen to go climbing with you every single day. There's a lot of climbers here. Everyone's psyched, which makes it cool.
I think that eventually most climbers in New Zealand end up living in Christchurch. And as far as the major centres go, it's probably the one that has the biggest range of good climbing available. To everything from sport, trad, bouldering. There's the Southern Alps not far away, so you can get up into the hills as well.
I grew up in Wellington, and there's a definite progression of climbers from Wellington or pretty much anywhere else into Christchurch, and it's like
it's like the Great Magnet. It's the Great Magnet.
And there are nicer cities in New Zealand, but you
What?
Yeah, there are. Yeah. But you give it up for your main passion in life, climbing.
I guess this just gives you the ability to increase your technique, increase your strength, so that when you do go out there, you're not compromised. You can function. This is probably some of the hardest stuff around. A lot of it's very, very safe, but there's nothing wrong with dropping your grade and going to Mount Somers and getting scared.
I think people should be discouraged from trad climbing it at all costs. It's the domain of lunatics, obviously. There's nothing like, coming up to a rock face and having no fixed gear on it or anything, and climbing it, putting the gear in, taking it away, and having the rock totally unchanged and leaving nothing but fingerprints. Really, it is a totally different experience than climbing something that's just been machine gunned with bolts all the way up.
I mean, to be honest, a lot of the trad routes around the Port Hills are limited, and that's purely because the rock is so bad. It lends itself to sports climbing in general. The rock's too soft. Quite exciting.
Dude, take.
Yeah, I got you, man.
Oh,
right?
Jesus.
The Port Hills is not the most stellar rock climbing destination, but it has its own kind of quirky flavour and personality. Yeah. And I've grown to really love it over the years.
I'm actually pleasantly surprised with the quality of the climbing on the Port Hills. Before I moved here, I hadn't climbed here on the Port Hills at all. I just thought it was only developed because it was near Christchurch. And I went up to Castle Rock once and I thought it was polished and choss. And in the last year I've grown to really love it. There's actually, there are quite a few quite bad routes, but in between them there's some really, really high quality, like stunning climbs. You just have to sniff them out.